Thank you for tuning in with Enchantress. That's me, the Babbler. That's me on this revolutionary rise. 7 up rise at this time. And so I'm lighting some sage, guys, from, if you check out my Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS, then you'll know where I got this sage bundle from at Pampery by Luxby. I get tongue-tied, you see. But it smells delicious. Like, I don't even want to ruin it. It's like usually, you know how I like sage in little bits and pieces. I'm like, little by little, piece by piece, because it's so pretty. And I already like burnt off like the piece, and the packaging was great. So you can go check it out over there. And see how you can get yourself a bundle, some beautiful bundles of sage from that beautiful goddess's page. So either way, what can I say? So I feel compelled to do something a little different than I typically do. I do sometimes do elemental reads, so I'm just going to go with that elemental energy of a 3-card read, even though it's going to be more than 3 cards, but just it's 3D, 4D, 5D tarot. So it's what's happening in the 3D, right? What's hidden from the 4D, or something that Spirit wants you to see that maybe you don't. And the 5D, your highest self, and the advisement you see of what Spirit of you that is highest and true got to say in regards to whatever's going down and on in the 3D, 4D, 5D plane, you know? What can I say? And then depending if you know I babble lots, I might pull a spirit animal card for each element. So when I go by element, we're going to go by air, fire, water, and earth. Okay, so that is what we're going to do. And I'm just lighting some of this. It's delicious. It smells so good. I always say that anybody that doesn't like sage, I always like raise an eyebrow in some kind of way. I'm like, interesting. I have people that are close to me that are like, oh, that smells, don't turn it on. I'm like, why you don't like it? Well, what do you have to say? Alrighty. So we're gonna begin with the air signs. That's Gemini and Libra, Aquarius, right? So air signs. I'm writing down the number, guys, and being a little bit more like conscientious, you see, to be a little bit more organized in these kind of things, to be easy for you guys to come and, you know, participate. So air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. I grabbed this, I didn't even say I would, but these are soul truth cards. So let's start with that. Some soul truth in regards to whatever message is going to be for you. These messages are timeless too, so whenever you find yourself here, that is when it is for you, my dears. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, air signs. What soul truth do we have for you at this time that's going to contribute to your majestic align and evolutionize your revolution? And what what expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? Sometimes we become our own mental swords, so to speak, because we overthink things into disaster. And so sometimes we need to silence that matter because thoughts become things, you know what I mean? The expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. We then experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship when they are not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. Today's soul action, be grateful. You are being summoned to more peace. Peace is home for our soul, and it is accompanied by trust. It comes when you surrender and focus only on what you can control. If you expect nothing and are grateful for everything, you will experience extreme fulfillment. Let him. Mental swords, thinking things over and over in your mind, trying to control still some of the tides of the life, or maybe feeling stagnant in some kind of way. What is happening in the material plane? 3D for the air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Okay, what message wants to come through 3D materials? Working hard too. Oh, you see, like I'm still, if you've watched any of my other videos that I just recently uploaded, the Three of Pentacles that came out, just overall, and what I was speaking about for that message. But again, working on your crafts, working on your foundations, right? Your pentacles, your earthly. This is what's going on. 3, partnering. 2, but something like that speaks is about the person in the picture here. A divine masculine kind of energy, the yang, that's putting action, taking action, making an effort, and stuff like that. But 3. So that's what's happening on the 3D plane. 3. Like, that's what's ringing out to me. Air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Like, there's more that you can't see, even though he's there on his own. So what's hidden in the dream world, astral plane? What is out of sight spiritually happening that maybe the air signs cannot see? What's going on beneath the scenes, you know, uncovering the veil that needs to be acknowledged and no longer like, okay. So these guys, this is funny, came out yesterday in the 6-part video that I uploaded, so go check it out. There's stuff there if it applies to you, if this resonates with you, being left out in the cold too. So like, this is the astral plane, so some kind of energy is being sent your way, or you know, even in this kind of conditioned state, like, or fear-based system or behavioral patterning that is being influenced by energies all around. Remember, energies are energies everywhere. You know, what's hidden, what's kept from you is this codependent kind of energy that's fed, right? That's fed, like I'm feeling this kind of way, like 5, something has got to change, but it's also in the 4D plane. Someone might be playing with your energy fields to make you dependent upon them even more, so that focus of control, like, you know, and just like think about it, like, what happened? And I read this card differently yesterday for yesterday's read, but for here, I'm like reading it like something else, like, in the 4D plane, I'm just listening, even just like a spiritual deprivation, lacking thereof of that kind of connection, being left out in the cold, like, or denying it too, rejecting it too, or like, and experiencing on the 3D some kind of maybe difficulty with your pentacles, because look at those pentacles too. So maybe you're being hit a little bit hard, like going through some struggles, air signs, in some kind of way. Like, it doesn't mean that, oh my, everything is gonna fall apart, you see. But for some, if you're not battling the overthink and the worries of the mind, where then you would be energizing that into creation, to what expectations do you have that are impossible to meet. And so this hard ass, like, just saying, like, just focus on one track mindedness in some kind of way that is creating still this energy today, right, in the astral plane. Because if you want to even look at it from the astral plane, if you want to look at it consciously and subconsciously too, we can take this multidimensionally and see that this can be hidden too, hidden fears, hidden energies that you in your subconscious exist that energize this and then creates what, and so those kind of seeds we sow. And so now what message do we have from the 5D? Like, your highest of selves, the potentials that this advisory would have for you, knowing. So planes advice from the 5D in regards to battle. I'm going to ask for a clarifier on this, because I feel like that's, even from all of this, like, I feel like there's a battle going on in the building of something that keeps you in this state of fear, or like some kind of hardship, right? Like suffering in some kind of way, like craving. Because remember, this is the 4D plane. What's hidden, the crave, the desire to be comforted by this spiritual realm, like to have this warmth received from all your hard working, but maybe that's not what you're receiving. What you're receiving is this, like, fighting battles, like competitiveness, or having to defend, or like, like everybody's not your friend, like, people will use you to no end, that kind of thing. Like, but what's hidden is this feeling that also is revealing, like, what expectations do you have that are impossible to meet, that keeps you in this energy of, like, feeling beat, like he's suffering, and sometimes it could be in our minds, the doubles that play all the time. What spirit animal do we have for you at this time? Spirit animal guidance and just uplift do we have that can shift the energy so that you don't have to feel like this? Your highest self too. Like, hold on, I just want to see, I wrote something here, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, like, what expectations do you have that are impossible to meet? Like, maybe the energies of, like, this is battles, this is competition, this is a struggle for dominance, like with others, people that are like hungry for this power, and everybody's fighting for this power in this workplace, in this workspace that one is trying to build, because this is pentacles, so this is earthly, this is tangible, but being left out and having to go through this. It's like, what expectations go to the root of it? Like, what are you telling yourself, convincing yourself, and saying that is true, that's bringing this energy that doesn't even have to be for you, but it's the things we tell ourselves too, you know what I mean? So what spirit animal advice or guidance or insight or inspiration can be for our air signs, Leo, Gemini, Aquarius, and this can be rising, moon, sun, Venus. I'm not taking it. I didn't like it because I fell on the floor. Right? So, rising, North Node. I always go with the North Nodes too, because North Node is what you when they say follow your North, that's your true North, what you aspire, kind of, or like, because your South is what you bring into this life from the past experience, which is that polarity of whatever your North Node is, the polar sign, the polar opposite sign. And so, like, your north is the thing, the very thing that is opposite of what you bring, that you're learning now, evolving, you know? So, right. So, maybe you've established all these kind of things and you're still feeling left out, battling for this power of dominance, but also deprived of the very thing that you don't focus on in this life that's calling you sometimes. All the time. Alright, so now, let's go. Because we gotta go. I don't mean to rush. Yeah. Okay, so maybe there is no. Doesn't want to come out for you. But it will. It's just. Oh. I'm not taking it because I don't feel it. It flipped over, but like, no. That one I felt, and we'll see if it wants to come out sharp. We'll see, because I shuffled it back into the pack. You know what I mean? So I saw that too. Alright, I also have seen Penguin before, so I'm going to take this one because this is the second time I'm seeing it. Penguin, the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. It's also a matter of perceptions, reflections, introspections, and just what it is that we're going to bring to the surface so that we can transmute it. You see, if you don't bring it to the surface, if you don't bring what needs to be brought to the surface, which is the truth, the acknowledgement, the accountability of whatever parts that you are playing individually, like in your own part that is causing this energetic vibration or this creation that has now existed up until this point and now has you feeling like, you know, the suffering point, like you're left out somewhere in the cold in some kind of way, even though you're working hard in every kind of way. Like, what truth do you have for yourself today that's going to shift that construct system that is just an illusion and just what you think is the way? What expectations do you have that are impossible to meet? What expectations do you have that are mostly delusional and impossible to meet too on top of that? When did you experience disappointment in your life or with a relationship that certain feelings and things were not met, that you created certain kind of rules for yourself or a mindset or a way, and then you're experiencing something different in the now today, but you've convinced yourself in some kind of way, no, it can never be that way, and so you're like left out in the cold in every kind of way because you sabotage yourself, you know, or something like that. So the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. Have faith. Penguin animal, spirit animal wisdom. Okay, have faith. I guess I'm gonna do one video each because this is already 18 minutes and I didn't need to go that long, so then I'll do the next one in another video, the next element. But 1818, which is 99, which is 18, which is 9, a number of completion. I had just seen 1818 on the thing. Everything is symbolic, you know what I mean? So 1818 equals 99, and then 99 equals 18, and then 1 plus 8 equals 9. Number of completion, 10. Final, they say 10, but I don't consider it that because it's not logical. It's not, yes, 10 will be new beginnings, final endings, and stuff like that, granted, but 9 is the final number, because if we have a number system of 0 to, you know, to 9, 10 is just an add-on to the number that has already been accounted for, you know? So 0 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, number of completion. Like, you know, and 10, yeah, new, because you're adding on now a 0, a portal of new door beginning to travel through and create, adding on to what has already been made. Anyways, that's not what this is about. That was not for all of that, but sorry. But yeah, so I'm gonna read Penguin from the book and then we will call it and say in every kind of way. I hope this message was, you know, it resonates with you. This is a general message. If you want a private message for you, that is when you can go to my website, enchantressthebabbler.com, and see what resonates with you over there, what kind of services that I do offer, which are a variety. So always make sure you check out the services, the shop, and my plans and packages that would give you varying opportunities to see what works best for you, that you feel that you would feel comfortable to in working with me and doing. So mind, body, heart, and soul infusions in every kind of way, because unique are we, is you, in every kind of way, and you can't be catered to the same way everyone else is. You're unique in your own self. You have your own blueprint, and you know that's part of that too, kind of discovery. But anyways, penguin, do they have numbers here? No, it's alphabetical order. You've endured hardships in your life, sometimes gracefully, sometimes awkwardly, yet they've taught you life lessons that have been invaluable in forming the person you are today. These experiences have influenced the kind of personality and character you possess. However, the path you've taken has ultimately been influenced, has been influenced by the choices you've made in response to those experiences. This is especially true with your most recent cycle, one that has presented many challenges that you've dealt with successfully. That period of travel is passing. I'm going to finish reading, hold on. And whether or not you're aware of it, it has contributed significantly to your spiritual growth. That maybe you're not acknowledging that spiritual side, that spiritual depravity. I might be saying that wrong, that word a little bit wrong, but spiritual I hear it in my mind. Yeah, like deprived spiritually, because you don't want to acknowledge it, because it's not something that is part of your construct system. Like, you resist that and you just keep focusing here. But meanwhile, don't you know that you are currency? Okay, how you feel will bring this abundance to you, and what may have worked for you before, but because it's not part of your spiritual door that it's awakening you to something more, you're battling even more. It's like, what? Hold up. All right, let me stop resisting. Right, so that period. All right, so emerging from this period, you'll still be faced with a few challenges, but you also need to have some accountability. And it's not woe me. These challenges you see, like daunting. Granted, discipline is in need, clearly, because had it not, we wouldn't be here right now. You know? So you've discovered resources that you never knew you had, and these will serve you well for the rest of your life. Your faith in life's unfoldment and your greater awareness of your soul's destiny will help you deal with anything that comes your way with self-confidence, grace, and fluidity. Making conscious and deliberate choices now becomes top priority, not just conforming again because you refuse to do something different, my friend. You're just cycling about the same crap over and over until you decide to do something. If you do nothing, nothing changes. Making conscious and deliberate choices now becomes top priority, and these have the potential to dramatically alter your life. Determination, focus, endurance, self-confidence, respect, gracefulness, agility, fluidity, etiquette, clarity, awareness, willingness, sturdiness, and intention, okay? Set that intention to be all that you can be, and to realize that there's a balancing act that's happening for you at this time, okay? Mind, body, heart, and soul infusion. You have everything else. Now you're being drained, depleted in some kind of way because you don't acknowledge another part of your thing. Soul, heart, air. I know, because you got to go into the emotional aspects that's just uncomfortable, but you got to get past this. You can emotionally grow like such crescendo because you are the communicators, the air that we breathe. You see, we need your element. But evolution too is like, you gotta be honest with you about how you feel inside. Okay? You're gonna get through the period of darkness that you're going through at this time, and it's a challenging ride. But you don't want to feel like this guy. Abundance grows where your energy flows. Abundance grows where your energy flows. And still, I think it makes sense. Alright, well, I hope that was helpful to you. Make sure to check me out too, enchantressthebabbler.com. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Show some love. Let me know how it resonated with you guys. Make sure to check all your other elements from your birth chart you see. Look at air energy too, the star card. Emotions, love, even just of self-worth and value. Filling that up for yourself and taking off and knowing you deserve to receive every ounce of secret feeling you might have lodged deep within you. Seek and be Shiva. So aware. Mind, body, heart, and soul, and just embrace your whole. You can wear your armor too if you need to, but you gotta have that cup filled yourself. How you feel about yourself is gonna be your health, wealth, self. And what you choose to do now, consciously too. Spirit's like, we know you can get through. Look, 6 of Swords. And it's getting through challenging times and going through to new lands. But you gotta take a stand. And you gotta be the change you want to be and see in this world first. And know that you're gonna get through. Breaking whatever is Capricorn energy too. Like devil energy, addictions, whatever shame or bind or bond you think you tied to, whatever keeps you prisoner to, held to, it's an illusion and it's cruel. You can get through and leave that devil behind. Leave that devil behind. That's the name of your video. Leave that devil behind. Namaste. Thank you.